Hi everyone, it's Snuggie. Today I'll be sketching some girls as usual, and while I'm drawing, I'd like to share my top 3 tips on how to make your drawing more lovely. I hope using my methods you will have more fun and lovelier drawings in the end. First of all, you have to find a reference image that inspires you to draw. If you try to draw something that you don't find very interesting, the result won't be very lovely. When I first saw this photo of the girl wearing pajama, I thought, oh, she looks adorable, I have to draw this. And I also thought I would like her to wear pajama with some pattern, like polka dots or plaid pattern. So whenever you find an image that inspires you to draw, if you cannot draw right at that moment, I highly recommend you to go on Pinterest and pin that image so that you can revisit it when you feel like you have an art block and you don't know what to draw. This really helps me whenever I run out of ideas on what to draw. My other tip is when you feel like your drawing looks a little boring, just adding a hint of color can completely transform the entire image. The girl that I'm drawing right now is just a simple pencil drawing on white paper. When you feel like your drawing looks a little boring, all you need to do is using Colorpencil or a little bit of watercolor, you can add colors to that image. Oops, I think I messed up the dog's eye, so I will erase it and redraw it. It's okay to erase your drawing. Erasers are there so you can use it. This girl that I'm drawing is almost done in terms of line drawing, but as you can see, just a simple pencil drawing on white paper can look rather boring. That's why I like to mix up colors with Colorpencil. Adding just a little bit of texture or pattern onto the girl's outfit can completely transform the drawing into something lovely and unique. I'll show you how it changes once I add the pattern. Now the drawing is finished. You can see how the little bit of red plaid pattern in the end completely changed the drawing. The next drawing will be a portraiture of a girl. This image is a famous actress from the 1980s. Her name is Brooke Shields, and as you can see, her face is the focal point of this drawing. What's important when you're drawing a face of someone is to make sure the drawing stays clean from the beginning to the end. And the way you make your drawing clean is by making sure everything is in the right place from the beginning. So if you go ahead with ink or black pencil to draw the entire thing from the get-go and you make a mistake, you will erase the mistakes and that eraser will leave some gray residue that makes the drawing look rather muddy. And when the drawing looks muddy, it's not very pretty. So what I do is I use a very light pastel colored color pencil to do preliminary sketches and then go on top of it with a darker line. I recommend using colors like peach, pink, or red, or even in this case, like a light purple is fine. There are 2 reasons why I like to use color pencils. One, by drawing guidelines with lighter color first, you reduce the risk of messing up the finished drawing. And 2, when you have an undersketch in color pencil that is pink or lavender, even when you finish the drawing, that underlying tone of pastel color leaves a very soft and lovely effect. So one tip I have when you draw eyes is make your lines thin, soft, and delicate. Imagine that you're putting a makeup on that face that you're drawing and make several tiny, short, soft strokes to complete the shape of the eye. Another tip I have when you draw eyes is to always remember to put that highlight. Eyes really come to life when you add that bright highlight. So whenever I finish drawing a face or a portraiture, I always go back in and re-emphasize that highlight with a thin brush and white paint, or just simply using a white gel pen. When you're finished with your drawing and you feel like something is missing, I recommend you to go back in with a very thin watercolor brush. Make sure the tip of the brush is ever so slightly wet, and using pink or red watercolor, add a touch of color to the cheeks and the lips. In my case, I added pink color to the flowers, her eyes, her lips, and her cheeks. If it still feels like something is missing, you can add some pattern to the cloth. I added some pink polka dots. The next drawing will also start with a light sketch in lavender color pencil. Once I'm done with the sketch, I am doing the line work on top. Notice how even if you do line work on top, the soft lavender tone of the drawing underneath makes the overall image feel more lovely. One thing I would like to tell you is whenever you draw, you have to make sure that you don't add any pressure to your wrist or your hand. Now I'm adding a hint of pink to her lips and cheeks, as I told you before. And her eyes didn't look as dark as I wanted in pencil, so I went back in with black watercolor to really make sure her eyes pop. Now the girl was wearing denim shirt in the reference image, so I added just a hint of baby blue color to her shirt. When you're adding hint of colors, you don't have to focus on selecting the exact same color as the reference image. What matters is that your drawing looks and feels the way you want it to. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you remember to add just a hint of color with color pencils, watercolor, and always remember to emphasize the highlight in the eyes and the redness on cheeks and lips. Remember, just adding a little bit of color will completely transform your drawing. I hope your drawing will be more lovely after watching this video. Thanks for watching.